Hey guys, I'm gonna shoot a video with you today on talking about how do you keep your body actually moving in such a sitting world. I think that one of the number one reasons people come into our clinic to see us for their health is for spinal pain, for back pain, for neck pain, for headaches, things like that, numbness, tingling in the arms, sciatic nerve issues, and that all relates back to the spine. And so the reason we're having such this massive increase, and I would even call it an epidemic of back issues, is because we live such a sedentary lifestyle, but that's not how it was meant to be. Like, we were meant to actually be moving. We're a moving creature. We're meant to be moving throughout our day. And so the big thing, and we're obviously outside by a road, so you'll hear some noise in the background, but I like to be outside. I thought this was the best way to do shoot a video about moving, was to be outside, because that's where you should be most of the time. But anyway, so when it comes to living this lifestyle of not just sitting all the time, when you have a job that requires you to sit most of the day, you have to be actually very intentional about it. You have to actually set a game plan of how you're gonna make sure that you get to move all day and still get your job done. So let's get into this. All right, so the first exercise I'm gonna have you do every single day, multiple times a day, we call this a wobble chair. So you can see these little bumps on it, looks like that. Wobble chair exercises. These wobble chair exercises are amazing. They get full range of motion. I told you, if you don't move, the disc disappears. So this full range of motion in your spine is essential for function of your spine. Movement and not breaking down, causing back pain, neck pain, things like that. So the first thing you do, you sit on this wobble chair, and you can do this. The reason I'm showing you this one is you can have a sitting job and you can still get full range of motion in your spine. So we're gonna do lean to the left. Okay, you get this cushion moving and your left hip goes up, your left shoulder goes down, your left ear goes to your left shoulder. You lean to the right, okay? It's just like this. We call these wobble chair exercises. You go side to side. Okay, I'm gonna have you do that, and I can tell right now, I'm feeling my muscles stretch. You'll feel your spine fully moving. Every joint in my spine is moving right now, side to side, okay? That's the first one. You'll do that about 60 times, 2 or 3 times a day. The next one is you're gonna go front to back. So you're gonna lean back, and you're gonna come down, and this chair is actually moving. So I'm going all the way back, all the way down, all the way back, all the way down. And I'm moving my spine front to back. All the joints in my spine are moving. The next one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go at an angle. So I'm gonna go this way and this way, okay? So front and back, same thing, I'm gonna go to that angle. So I'm gonna do 60 times every single direction, and that's full range of motion in the discs of my spine. Just this exercise right here will decrease the age of your spine. Pretty cool, because we're meant to replenish the discs in our spine every single day. They've said the average person in America right now does that once a year. So that's why we have such an epidemic of disc degeneration in people's spines. So that's number one. The other one, the final one you can do is you rotate. Just get full rotary movement throughout your spine, okay? That's exercise number one. I'm gonna say do that at least 3 times a day. Keep these wobble cushions at work. Hey, you can actually do what I'm doing right now and sit on it and work. And when you sit on this wobble chair, if you notice, if I'm sitting in a normal chair, I'm gonna kind of slouch like this. When I sit in this with this wobble cushion, it almost naturally makes me want to sit in an upright position, and it causes me to actually flex my lower abdomen, which is my core strength, which helps keep a strong, healthy spine as well, the muscles around it, okay? So that's number one, get you one of these. Wobble cushions are very important. I'm gonna sit on it throughout this video to keep my height the same. The next one is a PVC pipe. Go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot, your store of choice, get you a PVC pipe. If you've ever done CrossFit, then you've done these before, but they're exercises, and we're getting full range of motion. Like this, okay? All the way through. All the way through. And that stretches out. First thing it does is stretches out the core, right? It's everything moving all the way through. I mean, it stretches out your chest, not the core. It stretches out your chest, it opens up your shoulders. Because you're sitting at a computer all day long, this is what happens. You get like this. You get this, what we call rotated inward shoulder. And because you're on a mouse, you get like this, right? This right hand's always farther forward. And what I'll notice with patients coming in, I can almost call them out and tell them what they do for a living, is their right shoulder, when I feel this shoulder, especially if they're right-handed, is almost always rotated inwards and locked. And literally we have to adjust it out, and you'll hear a big cavitation or pop. It'll actually pop when we adjust their shoulder because it's stuck out in this position. All of the shoulder problems and neck problems come from this right here. So just follow me. If I'm like this and my shoulder's stuck inwards, I'm pulling all these muscles. These are constantly being stressed, right? I'm also taking the biomechanics of my shoulder and I'm keeping it rotated inwards. So it's gonna stress the posterior rotator cuffs. It's also whenever I go work out. So if I'm someone that sits at a computer most of my day, but I go exercise once a day, I'm gonna be taking a shoulder that has poor biomechanics, I'm gonna start lifting with it. And now I'm gonna get a shoulder problem and get a bursitis buildup because of tendons rubbing against a bursitis, or even AC joint pain will start to happen from this. You see how this is pretty cool, because people with shoulder pain, they'll go to their doctor, their orthopedic, and they'll tell them it's a rotator cuff or a bursitis. That's the most common one. And they'll give them a steroid shot. So many patients have come in, they've done that whole medical merry-go-round. All we do is I take their shoulder and I unlock it. I tell them to stop doing this, get their mouse. So you want to get that keyboard here, the mouse here, in a proper position, and you're taking now that rotation out of your shoulder. You're taking the stress off of your neck, which will stem all the way up to the head. This could be headaches, this could be neck pain, this could be shoulder pain, numbness, tingling in the hand. All of this stems from this one thing right here every single day, over and over again, right? Carpal tunnel syndrome, we call numbness, tingling in the hands. Rarely, when diagnosed with carpal tunnel syndrome, is it actually carpal tunnel syndrome. It's almost always a lower neck issue because the person's like this, okay? So get this stretching in. Change your biomechanics and your ergonomics at work, like I just told you, but all the way through. Now, if you can't go all the way back like this, that's okay. Just get through and you stretching. You can hold it for about 10 seconds, go rock back and forth, and you'll feel your chest just start to open up. And what we're doing is we're counteracting all this. All right, my next one here is for your neck. Okay, if you're in this forward head posture sitting position, you want to be getting range of motion and stretching into your neck. This is just a little truck tie strap thing that you got. You can use a rope, you can use a towel, whatever you want. And you're gonna put this thing like a ninja, right? And you're gonna pull. And not too hard, just enough to stretch this part of your neck. And I'm gonna hold this for about 5-10 seconds, and then I'm gonna resist, and then I'm gonna go back, okay? And I'm gonna resist, and then I'm gonna go back. And I'm stretching all the way down. Sometimes you even reach to the ground where you stretch all the way to your shoulder. Okay, you're gonna do that on both sides. You're gonna come to the front, stretch the back of your neck. Again, don't pull too hard. You're gonna come to the back, and you reach behind you, and like that, right? Again, don't pull too hard. If it's painful, don't go past pain. If anything I tell you today is painful, don't do it. Talk to your doctor before you continue to do it. But the key is you're stretching, full range of motion all the way through, okay? The final thing that I'm gonna tell you to do to keep motion throughout your spine every day is keep one of these with you at work. You can lay on the floor at work, you can lay, maybe you have a gym or somewhere at work you can do, but you get you a foam roller and you just roll your back, the back of your back and your spine, all the way up and down your spine while you're laying on your back with this thing, and it just puts that movement into each individual joint in your spine, and you do that multiple times throughout your day. Those spinal exercises, just that right there, can be a game changer for your spine, especially if you don't have pain yet. If you're someone you just want to have a good, healthy spine and you want to make sure it stays that way your entire life, do this daily, get your kids doing this daily, and then finally just set yourself a 30-minute alarm where you get up and you move. Touch your toes, stretch your hamstrings, stretch your hip flexors. You can YouTube hip flexor stretches and hamstring stretches, stretch out all the muscles in your legs, get full range of motion into your spine. That right there will be a game changer when it comes to your spinal health. If you're someone in pain and anything I told you today causes pain, you need to go to a chiropractor. You need to get your spine adjusted, and sometimes that movement that you're trying to get won't happen until we adjust and get your spine moving again because it's locked up for so long. And that's where you go. If you want to get help with your back or any pains in your spine, go to queencityhealthcenter.com. If you live in Charlotte, you come in, you see us, we help you. If you don't live in Charlotte, we find you a location somewhere else so you can get help. But just message us. Go to queencityhealthcenter.com, message us there, and that's where we're going to be able to help you with your spine and make sure that you get the right things. Hey guys, like this, love it, and share it. Spinal pain right now, the second leading reason someone goes to a doctor is for back pain. This can be preventable. The opioid epidemic, literally people taking medications that have caused people to die and become heroin addicts. People go from being an opioid addict to a heroin addict, is simply back pain. They go to orthopedic, they get a drug, they get addicted to that drug, or they get a surgery and they're in pain all the time. You could be the one that prevents that for your friend just by having them watch this video. All right, you guys have an awesome day. We'll talk to you next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to connect with us and learn more, we're constantly shooting information or shooting videos. We actually have a blog as well, and we have a website where you can learn so much more. If you want help with your health, you can actually connect with us, come into our clinic, or jump on a phone call with us and see if we can help you. To do that, go to the links below in the information area. and click those areas, and then you can move forward and see how we can actually address and help you with your health issues as well.